Coach, thoughts on the game?
No, thank you. Really well played. I thought Baylor played really well also. It was a dogfight. You could feel it early. The wind was playing against us. We were taking really good swings. Some of those balls may have gone out. The wind was really pulling the ball back into the park. I thought our defense was outstanding. I thought Kelly was very good. They're tough. They're tough. They're just hard hitting. Maybe not over the fence, but they know how to get the ball through the infield. And so I was happy with Kelly. Big clutch by Alina. She's hot. You can see that. Tiare. I understand she broke a record tonight. Who did you? Let's call as soon as we get on the bus.
Yeah.
Sid. Romero broke Sid's record.
Ooh, let's call Sid Rivera. Yeah. That's not very nice. I felt some really good at-bats. Boone is here for a reason. She had some solid at-bats and kind of got a lot of the energy started as well. So really happy with today's game.
I want to ask you about the Tiare and just not only tonight, but just what she's meant to this program, the last 4 seasons and what this record.
Yeah, I don't even want to start talking about this yet, but she's just probably one of the most clutch athletes I've ever coached, without question. I mean, when we need it, she does it, and the difference is she's surrounded by a lot of athletes that do the same thing. Hansen could be called that, Boone can be called that, but it's just always very, very timely, and it always creates a lot of energy when she does it. So I know we're just spoiled. I'm not surprised that this happened for her, because I think she's one of the best hitters I've ever seen.
Tiare, what was maybe that moment like for you when you hit that double? And just, I know you're trying to win the game, but how memorable was that for you?
I just wanted to get the energy started. I know we were hitting the ball well, but just to be that lead off to hit the double, trying to get the team going, but just looked in the dugout and saw their excitement for me, and just heard the crowd and just how much it meant at that start of that inning. So it's just a good moment to get the party started.
Patty, the decision to have Torres bat at that moment, gut feeling, matchup, just what went into it?
No brainer is what it was. It's just it's tough for both of those athletes, between her and Avery, because they both bring different offenses to us. And Avery might have a little more range defensively. Alina has a little more power. So it's like you pick where you need them both, but Alina is showing, like, she came off the bench with a big hit, but she's showing she needs to be in the game right now because she's hot. So now we have another wonderful problem that is going to benefit us. But that's the beauty of this team right now, is as long as they can stay with us and not let their emotions get involved, we're going to do some wonderful things. So that spot at second that they're sharing, it's really been a cool thing to watch it play itself out.
Tiare, Jada had 3 walks today. She obviously goes in front of you. What does that do for you when you're going up to the plate after she draws a walk?
Yeah, I think just kind of flips up the lineup, past the bat mentality. She always gets it going, but just shows how patient she is, and just allows me to either move her, sack fly. It doesn't put a lot of pressure on me just to move her over, but I just know that she has my back getting on base, and I know whoever's behind me is going to have mine. So it's just not putting pressure on me, but just a lot of trust in our hitting.
Rylie, as an offense, big weekends or big innings in that weekend against Iowa State, big innings in that weekend against Tech, the 5th inning today. How different is the energy you're feeling in the dugout in the middle of those innings, like these last 3 weekends versus earlier in the year?
Yeah, I think 2 words I would say, like, we're all in. I think every single inning, every single pitch. And a big thing is with sits at bat. You can totally tell. People who don't know the game might not know what was going on, but it's every single inning we're battling, every pitch we're battling, offense, defense. So I feel like the energy is shifting as we're all understanding that it takes everyone, every single pitch and inning to win a game.
Patty, you mentioned how well Kelly's been throwing, and especially today, but how big is that for Peyton to come in those last couple of innings and in this kind of conference game in this environment and help close it out?
Yeah, it's important, and we try to get everybody an opportunity on the field in this environment, because hopefully we're back here in this kind of environment and it's a little bit easier to play in. As much as a freshman didn't want to admit, I felt that they were a little unsettled to start, and then I felt like they started to kind of get the feeling of where they were. But for our pitchers, it's important, and Peyton is one that I don't know has seen it as much as some of the others, so she handled it really well.
Rylie, this is an environment that you're obviously comfortable in. You guys play a ton of games here. But we don't want to take for granted that there was 9,000 people in the stands tonight. So what does that mean to your team to be able to do that on a Friday night against Baylor?
I think that's pretty legit. Women's sports, invest in them. I think it's pretty awesome just to look at the crowd and also let teams come and play in this atmosphere. And I feel like for us to do this on a Friday night in conference, I think is pretty awesome, and it just shows that women's sports is growing and also thanking the people who came before us.
Patty's never get old seeing Rylie ripping down the line, and it almost feels like it puts a stress on any opposing defense, even when she's just trying to get to first base.
Yeah, it's fun. When she comes up, I think everybody knows something magical is going to happen, whether it's a ball off the wall or just a great bunt that she lays down. She's so hard to defend, and I think she has a lot of fun with that.
Tiare, just sort of along those same lines, what kind of energy does that bring, especially at the bottom of the order, turning it over, back over to you and Jada?
It brings everything. I mean, the dugout feels it, the defense feels it, everyone feels something's going to happen when Boone's up, no matter what it is. And she just gets on first base, and we kind of just wait for her celebration, and that even gets us more fired up. But again, it just doesn't matter who's up to bat, where they are, if they're on the bench or not. Like, something's going to happen with the Sooners, and it's just really fun to watch. It's really fun to celebrate people's success.